Alright everyone, welcome back to the episode of the F124 Driver Career Mode with TYRES. This is part number 19 today for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix Season 2 round number 3. If you missed the previous episode at Suzuka, I recommend you go and check one up before seeing this one because, well, yeah, you can see I'm not on the top 13. Mostly because, you know, the pit stop wasn't a great race and obviously qualifying was a disaster with Zhou slamming into the back. So, yeah, and speaking of Zhou, Sauber have decided they want to try and sign us. This is the secret meeting. I mean, I might have been interested in the pre-season, but now, absolutely not. I mean, that car is dreadful. So, yes, we'll try and talk to them and hope for McLaren.
Hey, just a quick one for me. The team are pleased that you've declined that meeting. Gold star, brownie points, etc., etc. I guess we'll see if anything else more exciting comes calling, but let's focus on our current seat for now.
McLaren, Elena. McLaren. Yes. Back to our current season. R&D wise, not a lot of resource points. I want that rate distribution upgrade. We got the weight reduction upgrade coming as well. Yuki's been doing some tyre wear. So yeah, engine power. Goodness grief, we're the second worst. Only Alpine are worse than us in terms of engine power. We can sneak that on just in time for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix as well. However, yep,
I'm afraid to say
both Sashi upgrades have failed. As well, I'm going to repurchase the minor weight reduction upgrade. I'll leave Sonoda to do the tyre wear, as well, as it's going to be raining for the entire race. Well, I just hope this doesn't end up being like Suzuka. As well, R&D wise, we have closed that gap to Williams. That is huge. As well, Williams, of course, is one of that teams in that massive fight for sixth place in the Constructors' Championship. So, yeah, there's still a little bit of work to do. McLaren have brought an upgrade to go clear Red Bull. Ferrari, I mean, everyone's brought an upgrade because of the massive gap between Suzuka and Imola in the calendar. But, yes, obviously McLaren is stretched in front. But as we move to qualifying, where it is dry, so obviously I've compromised the setup. Which in hindsight might not be the best thing to do as well, but I did compromise the setup, and I'm going to try and get some help here from Fernando Alonso. Slipstream, yeah, thank you very much, Fernando. Down the backstretch, that's already given me a 10th going into turn 1 as well. A 10th, another bit of improvement. Watch, not the curves around here are not the best. I mean, they are sausage curves, really. So I hate that series of corners we've just gone through. Yeah, if you can either do either, I don't really do very well for that corner. Traction out that corner as well is not the best, but 4/10 gained, that is very good, as I've fallen to 20th place, considering the fact that I've only qualified 19th so far this season as well. A little bit wayward there as well as to come out that corner again. Some of these corners here for me, this is not a good track for me actually, Imola, as well. A bit wayward on the rear as well, as we lost a little bit of time to go down the hill now, as well. And we come to probably the easiest section of the fight, is section of the track. It's 290 lefts. Just don't make sure not to run too wide. The curbs will be generous. Half a second up on my previous best time. But it will be P16, which I'm actually really happy about. Like, it's my best qualifying of the season, and it's 16th. Yeah, Norris not great there either. As well, down in P7, there seems to be a bit of a gap. Yeah, we want to try and close that gap up between all the cars. But 16th is good. It's something I can make work. As well, Sainz, another driver with a shocker there. He's down in 11th. So there's a few people out of positions, but we'll see what we can do from 16th of the grid. It's time for the race.
Welcome to the home of Ferrari, where the circuit is lined by the scarlet-clad Tifosi. In the grandstands, we have a wonderful atmosphere here at Imola. And like most Formula One tracks, Imola is driven anti-clockwise and offers our drivers today just over 3 miles of glistening wet tarmac to negotiate. It's made up of a roughly equal split of 9 right-hand turns and 10 left-hand. Watch the drivers on the way into turn 16. Managing their speed there will be crucial, with the rain only adding to the difficulty of that downhill braking section, which then, of course, leads them into the track's longest straight, though no DRS there today, of course. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Perez, Russell, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Stroll, Sainz, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Ocon, Albon, Phoenix, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Teo Porcher, and Zhou Guanyu. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Well, we welcome you to the broadcast. It's going to be some race today. First of all, introductions. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me for this one, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say you're only as good as your last race. And on evidence there, that was very good indeed. How do they carry that form through to today?
You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
Last race we were in the bottom half of the field, but we can improve on that today. I know it. Good luck.
Now, we've got dry tyres. It's not wet enough for Inters. Whether it will be wet enough at all, you'll have to wait and see. So mediums will be the tyre I start on again. 5 red lights in for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, and away we go. And, well, it's an okay start. A lot of people on the hards, you know, but then the AI don't have foresight over wet weather when it's going to rain. Dart on the inside here, a few cars going to get that Ferrari as well as Sainz. As well as Tifosi won't be happy with his qualifying performance, especially the fact that both our TYRES, our TYRES, won't record on ourselves this week, are now in front. Down the inside of Tsunoda, can I get the move done? Yes, I can. As well, set up Gasly down the inside, and look, just by luck, you know, just at the end of the first sector, I'm up to P10. That's a very good start. As well, you know, Tsunoda was flustered by battling his ex-teammate Pierre Gasly, and then obviously Gasly was slow out of that corner. In actual fact, Tsunoda and Gasly are going to carry on battling up the hill, side by side. Who is going to come out on top? Will it be the Alpine or Tsunoda? It will be Gasly as well. Meanwhile, up at the front, this is a replay of turn 1 when Verstappen gets past Leclerc, so the Tifosi not having a good start there as well to life. Now, I've got no pace to be able to catch the top 9, of course. I put more wing on, thinking that we'd be racing on intermediate tyres with no DRS. So the DRS games are coming out to play, starting with, you know, yielding that DRS there to Gasly, as I just did. And now, I mean, this is as simple as saving a bit of the battery, and then trying to get past. But you can see how slow I'm actually in a straight line. This is the Alpine. It's one of the slowest cars on the grid. It's got the only team with the worst engine in mind we've got as well. Now, I do want to point out one thing about this droplets of rain. If you look on the right and compare that to the left, there's a few more that are visible on the screen as well. And I think that's sort of a thing that's been happening in the past, where it's wetter on the replay cameras than it is on the camera, but it's on the R camera, but it's still not wet enough for in the intermediates. So there's a yellow flag up in front. It's a Mercedes. It's Hamilton. He's stationary at turn 1. What happened to Hamilton? He's up in P4 under pressure from Oscar Piastri, and he just goes straight on into the gravel. Fortunately, he hasn't hit the wall unlike he did in Austin. Now, Mark has an update about the potential strategy. I mean, I asked about the weather report. It is not wet enough for intermediate. So, here's a strategy update.
Stay out, stay out. There's no need to box under this safety car. We've got nothing to gain from new tyres here.
Okay, we'll follow Mark's instruction. He must surely have a plan of action. Nothing to gain from new tyres. We're surely gonna gain, you know, by pitting not this early on lap 4 for hards, which can last the rest of the race. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone else has pitted. Why did I trust Mark again? I don't know. Maybe it's because they wanted to give Tsunoda a free position. But so I'm all by myself, having not pitted as well. The tyre wear is quite high around here as well, especially as you know. I was thinking that we're going to be on inters, so I'm not on dry tyres. So yes, I'm compromised. I have the lead. I'm not actually going to retain the lead, of course. Give it a few laps probably, but. You know, I've got to try and be a nuisance for as long as possible and hope there's another safety car as well. And I was thinking at this point, might as well extend these tyres all the way for softs at this point, because if it's not going to rain hard enough for inters as well, which was my thinking at the time, that intermediates potentially could be round the corner. And that's what I was praying for as well. But yes, I've blocked off Verstappen there, but yeah, Verstappen, I mean, he's quick, to be honest. I mean, it's Verstappen. He's the reigning world champion. The Red Bull, although maybe not the fastest on paper, seems to have pretty good pace. And that's Verstappen gone, really there. I mean, I didn't actually get DRS at that corner as well. So, yes, Alonso had a go with DRS. Nothing doing for him there. So I retain P2 for now. I mean, Verstappen go and run away as he usually does, as well as Alonso and Russell both swabbling. You know, I'm hoping that it either rains heavier, or it starts, or you know, somebody crashes behind me, because that is realistically the only chance I've got now, getting back into that P9 that I was before the safety car as well. Mark, has not actually come up with any other alternate strategy as well. I didn't let Alonso go with DRS, but actual fact, the Aston Martin's got fantastic straight line speed. Up the hill, the AI got their OP traction out that corner. I got a bit of tyre bound between Russell and Piastri and myself. Nothing really I could do there down the middle of them as well. And Piastri, I mean, yes. He's decided to cut the corner, but yeah, no. I'm just being an absolute menace. You can see Verstappen's now 9 seconds up the road as well. Now, yeah, what's going to happen here is that, I mean, I've not got DRS. They're annoyed about the fuel load. I mean, it's just not possible with the safety car. I don't know how else to burn fuel. You know, I'm burning it as much as I can. I'm not fuel saving at all. Gasly did have a go there. I want to try and keep Gasly behind as well, especially the fact that he's going to be there. Norris is getting in the way as well. We are going to have DRS. Look at the rears. Oh, Gasly locks up. Thank you very much. I'll have that position back. Magnussen's going to keep in front of him as well. So go to the middle sector. There's a yellow flag behind. Red flag. The F1 gods have saved me from Mark's terrible strategy as well. This is what happened. It was Lando Norris. He had a spinala at the end of the middle sector, and you know there's a lot of reversing, which is automatically a red flag. Just bear in mind, I had them on increase because I don't think I've actually had a red. I've had one red flag in this career mode. So yeah. Now I did think about going softs, but realistically, Haas should easily get us to the end as well. I'm going to start P6. Hope points are now back on the cards. 5 lights are out and away we go. Thanks to Lando Norris, who's right behind me now as well. I'm trying to get. Could we get in front of Stroll? I've faced Stroll before in the Williams as well. Down the outside, turns to the inside. Or Stroll battle? No, he won't. It's a lovely little move up to P5 as well. Could have a look at Piastri there. By size later, Piastri goes in a much faster car. Plus, of course, McLaren is where we want to end up, and he's on medium tyres, which are probably going to be a lot faster than the hards as well. As Verstappen still leads then from Russell. Piastri, though, is reining him in as well. It has, though, been a shocking day for Ferrari. Leclerc is now down to P9. Bottas is up to P10. Hamilton's P13 after going wide, and he's come out in front of Sainz, who's just gone backwards in this race. There is Stroll is going to come back with DRS, but I decided I'm not going to allow him to go around to do that. I'm going to right around the outside of him, continue that position. These are 10 points at the moment for P5. Those points could be crucial come to the end of the season in this tight constructors battle at the bottom that is currently going on. Obviously, whether or not we can upgrade quickly, I don't know. But yeah, Stroll again. We played the DRS game and just carried on doing it. Although I'm a little bit worried that I'm having to use a lot of overtake to try and get this move done. And you know, it doesn't actually work on lap 19. I actually run out of space. The Aston Martin is very good at a straight line. It's just a shame that they're dropping their engines for Honda in 2026, or maybe not. Maybe if Honda's got a good engine. As that's Tsunoda, Yuki, my teammate, is out of the race with an engine failure as well. And Albon locks up and decides to go across the grass. That's 2 yellow flags at the same time, which means the safety car gets deployed. So this is a good chance to get back in front of Stroll and possibly even Alonso. Alonso's not looked great on those hard tyres himself as well. So yes, a good run on Stroll here could be crucial to get in this position. He's had a very poor stop exit there. Going to use a lot of ERS. There's no DRS. I don't think we're actually going to see DRS in the rest of the race. There's only a quick safety car, like 4 corners as well. Stroll tries the outside line there, but nothing doing. Here's the replay of this then. Again, side by side, I at the inside, which is where you want to be at turn 1. Force Stroll out and move up to P5. Now, obviously, it's about trying to keep in front of Stroll now. I'm going to defend the inside line here as well. Use a lot of ERS. Again, Stroll doesn't make the apex, which means that I can hog the apex and get that position. Stroll now has one last position to take this P5 away. It's into the penultimate corner here, but he's not dive bombed as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I come out the final corner, it's finally the first points of the season, and it's a huge result. P5. Yes, that is a fantastic result as well. Magnussen and Bottas did also score as well from our rivals, so that's a little bit disappointing that they managed to score as well. It's also disappointing that Yuki retired. Hamilton, Sainz and Perez, woeful results there as well. So in terms of the standing, that puts me up to P9 in the driver's standings, ahead of Lewis Hamilton, which I'll show that that's why that's crucial at the moment. Verstappen extends his lead to 20 points. Retakes the lead from Leclerc, after Leclerc won in Suzuka. And Red Bull are dominating this championship, but we're up to P6 now, which is exactly the fight where we want to be. All 10 teams have scored points in the first 3 rounds. In terms of the rivalry, I'm ahead of Tsunoda because he retired, so yes. And also, I'm ahead of Hamilton, which I honestly thought that rivalry had finished, but apparently it hasn't. I need to score 7 points to win. I'm sure Hamilton will bounce back as well. Experience is up to 70. Racecraft up 1,300. Awareness at 891. Pace, I think, is... I know the racecraft is a little bit bugged with their out positions, but I also think pace... You know, there was that patch that just gave you lots and lots of pace, and now I don't think it's giving us enough pace as well. Recognition, 51% now, ahead of Yuki, who retired. It's obviously, I've got the first points for the team. Yes, obviously we need that 60% is a bit of thing. Not so much, a couple of the lower rated ones on the specialists getting them positions. Nothing on the couple also failed as well, so an okay day there for the specialists. But yeah, that is where I'm going to leave it today's video. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. You see plenty more F124 driver camera videos as when they come out. The next episode will be at Monaco. That episode will be out, should be out Monday as well. Monaco, it's an okay track. It's sometimes good, sometimes bad. You never know there. You know, but now that I've got points on the board, it's about trying to improve qualifying. You know, yes, I think we possibly could have got P9 had there not been a safety car, and also any of the safety cars or the red flags. And obviously it'd been about defending off Gasly from the attack, who would have got P10. He actually didn't score any. He actually didn't score points. He got, excuse me, actually finished 11th. Unfortunate for him, and he's one of 4 drivers who haven't actually scored points so far as well. But yes, a lot of work to work. Still there's a lot of room for improvement. But yes, that is where I'm going to leave it. Until the next video, then I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.